So some people can't create a safe space, right? Like they can't just say, oh yeah, this is my safe space. This is what I think of. So you have to be flexible as a therapist and understanding cultural backgrounds and diversity, that what we assume people can do, they can't. So you just being able to be flexible to work with them and to have them make up one, right? What would your safe space look like? So that way when they're doing the therapy, they can resort back to it when they need to.
And how important is that safe space?
Oh, it's very important. I think everybody needs something, right? So, as we're giving them skills and techniques, the safe space is just a space for them to learn how to relax, that it's okay to resort their minds and to go to that. So most people create beaches, right? The scenery of the water, or hearing the water, what they smell, and you tap it into your five senses. What do you hear? Senses, what do you hear? Do you taste anything? What do you see?
Is it because I do agree. And I have my safe space. I have a safe space in my mind. As you mentioned, it's this beautiful place. It's like for those who like comic books, it's like Superman's cave. You know, it's just this history of everything that's important to me. Everyone around me is loving, and it's just loving, positive memories. And then I have a physical safe space. Um, for those who you're helping create a safe space, is it, and I'm just trying to understand for myself, is it getting the safe space in their mind to become a physical safe space? Or is it okay just having a safe space in their mind to begin with?
Both. Both. So the therapy is a way to empower. So people who, due to their trauma, have lacked self-confidence, have lacked that self-esteem, that hopefully when they're done with the process of EMDR, they can walk away a little bit more confident than they were before, right? Because that thing, whatever it was, you ever heard the saying like the monkey's on your back or something like that, right? So that thing that's on you, when you're finished with the process, like you won't have that, right? So that's a sense of relief. It's like when you're trying to breathe, like all your life you've been trying to breathe, but it's been something in the way that you can't breathe freely. So when you get that sense of relief, you can breathe freely. So that's like a confidence within self, right? When you feel good, then you start even looking good, meaning not just physical look good, but meaning like when you feel good, you smile more, right? You have a different type of presence around you. Your whole ambiance is just different, right? Everything is just different. It's that energy, your vibrations are lifted.
And it's like what you mentioned earlier about you manifest your trauma throughout your body, right? It's like you have these sometimes visible scars, but you have these non-visible scars on you. But when you have that space and the space that they're creating with people like you, Katie, you move differently, you smile differently. It goes back to when you see someone and you're like, oh, look at you must have won the lottery, or like something must have happened because they're so full of life. And I love seeing, well, I'll preface this. I don't want anyone to suffer, but unfortunately, existence is suffering. But I love seeing people who have suffered something bounce back to tell their story. And for you, Katie, when you see someone who came to you broken, and there may be a period of time in, or they may be exiting the therapy session with you, and it's like they're a new person. It's like they're full of energy, full of life, full of smiles. How does that make you feel?
That's what keeps me in it. It's one of those things that's making me want to change and rebrand myself as a therapist. So it's one thing to see clients for different things and people who don't want to do EMDR but prefer just talk therapy. It's fine, but it's like a joy when you can see a client. It's like the butterfly, right? The butterfly is like, it gives that perfect analogy of transformation. Um, and so that's what happens right in front of your eyes, and it's just amazing because it's the feedback that they give you. It is that joy you see. You change like from day one, and working with people for weeks. Um, that is what motivates me. That's that intrinsic motivation, right? It's what's in the inside that make you do what you love. So my intrinsic motivation is that it gives me joy, right? That's that feeling, that emotion that makes me want to do my work. And that's one thing, that I tell anyone. You have to find what motivates you. And there's two different types, the intrinsic and extrinsic. Things on the inside and things outside. And when we talk about things outside, that can be family, because you want to build a legacy of such. It can be, different agencies. But the most profound motivation is that intrinsic, because that can keep you doing things. That helps you find your niche in your career or in your whatever you're doing.